everyone, welcome back to the LTM show. We host Daniel and Alex, and we are remote this time around. We've got a massive week of motorsport coming up. This, of course, is the Australian Grand Prix at Albert Park. And Alex, you're pretty close to the track, and you're actually going trackside, aren't you?
I am, only on the Friday, because it wasn't actually my plan to be here for this weekend, but here I am. Picked up a dog on the weekend, so yeah, that's why I'm in Melbourne. I'm staying here for a week and a bit, and yeah, the Grand Prix was actually the last thing on my list to come here for, but yeah, just going on the Friday. All I want to see is Lewis in a Ferrari, and then I'm satisfied.
And I think everyone is a bit like that, and it'd probably be even cooler if he was to leave the weekend with a trophy. That'll be really, really cool. And obviously there is some weather coming into the weekend as well. So that could potentially spin some spanners. But
look, I wouldn't trust Melbourne forecast, though, because today was meant to thunderstorm, and I can see all blue sky.
It looks pretty sunny from your end.
But it's Melbourne, so that could change in about half an hour.
That is true.
So who knows? But you know what? You wake up on Sunday, whatever it is, here is here.
Yeah, it's a roll of the dice. That's what it is.
Literally.
But let's talk about some supercar stuff. Obviously, we've got the supercars round 2, the Melbourne Super Sprint this weekend. Brilliant racing at Sydney. Hopefully, we get some more of that this time around as well. Last year was actually really amazing. With all the sprint races they had. Obviously, Nick Percat got the win last year as well. So I'm very excited to see what happens this weekend. But before we talk about the preview, let's go over probably the biggest news to come in the lead-up is Craig Lowndes. He will be leaving AAA after 21 years with the team. Alex, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, pretty shocking announcement to come out of the AAA camp. But it's pretty simple when you find out why. It's just Craig just wants to be loyal to GM. The team's not. And that's it. That's really all there is to it. It's just going to be weird seeing Craig not in a AAA car. You know, it could be like the likes of Winterbottom or a Tanda that goes to another team. Well, he will be going to another team, which I'm not sure. But obviously, he's still only doing Enduros. He's 50 years old, I think, now. So, you know, it's nothing crazy. It's just, yeah, going to be weird to have him not attached to the AAA banner.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere in the sport. He's still staying as a professional driver, and he's still got the talent. Like he actually was the fastest at the Motorsport Festival on the weekend.
Yeah,
he won the top 10 best. So, as a 50-year-old, he's going really, really strong. So, yeah, it'll be weird seeing him in a different banner. We haven't seen him in a different team since Ford Performance Racing, back in 04. Or 05, so it's definitely a bit of a change there. But I'm excited. I'm curious to see where he ends up. He will be the ambassador for GM. He'll be continuing that role as well. He could maybe end up at Matt Stone Racing or even Premier with Ludo. That partnership could return once again.
Yeah, there's been some rumors. Obviously, who is going to be the number one team for GM? And be their number one. But I'm assuming that wherever GM go with that, what's the affiliation? What's the word that we couldn't say last time we were filming?
Homologation.
That was the word I was trying to spend the last 30 seconds figuring out. Whatever team is going to be the homologation team for GM, you'd imagine Lowndesy would be at.
Yeah.
Obviously, this won't be happening till next season because all the Enduros are kind of locked in for the year, or most of them at least. And including Lowndes himself. So, yeah. Who knows what's going to happen or where he's going to go. But, yeah, you'd imagine whoever gets the homologation team role will then get a Lowndesy with it.
It makes more sense that way. He is a factory driver, so, you know, it makes more sense. And Roland Dane, I think, is also working with GM as well to help find a supercar team or whatever. I don't know completely in detail about that. But very exciting to see for that in the future for sure. But hopefully he gets a proper send-off with Triple Eight this year. Hopefully they do something a bit special for Bathurst. Obviously he'll be continuing his wildcard adventure with Zach Bates this year. So I'm very excited to see how they go. Still got heaps of racing left to go this year before all the changes happen, but what a silly season.
Yeah, and it's only just about to get more crazier.
Exactly. So that was pretty much the only news for supercars anyway that I can think of. We do have a couple new liveries this weekend. We've got Bryce Fullwood. He'll be running a Sher livery, a NASCAR style livery. Very green.
Yeah,
What do you think?
won't be hard to miss.
No.
BJR going for those bright liveries, aren't they, with the Pizza Hut and this
Mm.
now? And I mean, Bryce already had a pretty striking livery on before with the Middies electrical pink car,
Yeah, with the pink.
with the purple headlights, which are really cool. Um, but yeah, something different. I don't know. You actually thought out of all the four cars, that one there had the same livery for quite a while compared to the rest.
That's a
Um,
good point.
but obviously something's changed. And yeah, just going to be very different. And then we've also got Cooper Murray running a new look as well,
Mm.
which is
Uh,
what's the brand called again?
YTG.
That's it, and it's a
Um,
black and gold livery.
Yeah, so it's a tribute to one of the retro Lotus liveries that
Right.
Senna ran
Oh,
back in the
okay.
day, which is also I don't know if this is factual, but it's also maybe a tribute to 1985 for the first Australian Grand Prix,
Yep.
which was obviously Adelaide, and Senna had that Lotus colours at the time. So I think it looks really really cool. Um, it's different. I did like the Chico livery, but that was a limited time thing. So I'm excited to see how he does. Hopefully, he has a better weekend than he did last time out at Sydney. He got caught in a few tangles
Yep.
with Will Davison and Brock Feeney. So he'll be looking to have a better result this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be interesting to see how the rookies go around Abbott Park. A lot of drivers haven't driven around there, including. Oh, hang on, we've got another big piece of news,
Mm.
including BRT's new Aaron Cameron.
Oh yeah, of course.
Apologies about
How
that. There
how
was
did
other
we
big.
forget?
Well, Lowndesy is more important than Aaron Love.
That's true. In
Um,
my defense, I'm sick. Alex, you got next.
yeah, true. But you should be happy. Similar to the Jack Smith thing a couple of years ago, where I was thinking that he was out of here. Now he's back actually
Mm.
as an enduro. But your
The goat.
dreams come true.
Yeah, well, I think this should have happened at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
This should have
off
happened
season.
last year.
Yeah, off season.
I didn't think he deserved another shot. Nothing against Aaron Love. He's a great kid, but he just had a really rough year last year in supercars and with the team, and he just kept making mistake after mistake. And I think Aaron Cameron really proved himself in that enduro drive with him last year. And since then, I've been like, Aaron Cameron deserved that seat. So I'm glad to see that he's got that seat this time around. I'm very excited to see how he does as well as a solo driver. Um, and hopefully, Blanchard's bank is a bit more heavier. I guess a bit more.
Lighter.
They got more bank this time around than
Yeah. Hopefully the bills
what
are,
they
are
would normally
lighter
have.
this time around. Yeah, but he's
Mm.
going to make his debut as well as, Cooper Murray, Kai Allen. What was the other one? Is that it? There's one more rookie. Can't even think. With all the, with all the other rookies around, Albert Park. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt to the track. It's not a
Mm.
short track. It's very long. A lot of the corners are similar-ish,
Very
but
wide.
very wide. Yes, I can
Mm.
agree with that. And very fast. A lot of flat-out running.
Mm.
Not as much as F1, obviously, but...
Mm.
And it's the smoothest track that the supercars go to. It's one of the bumpiest for F1, which is quite ironic. But yeah, smoothest track for the supercars. But they got 4 races this weekend that we're going to touch on in a second, starting from, tomorrow.
Yeah. So they got a race every day, which is really cool. And the coolest thing about this weekend is fans will actually be able to see them in the paddocks this time around.
I'm very much
Unlike
looking
last year when it was hidden from the world. So they've set up a new, what's it called, in Motorsport Straight or something like that. That's where they're placed
Yeah,
now.
it's a weird spot. It's
Um,
actually where my seat is going to be for Friday.
Oh,
So
there you go.
just behind that. So I'm looking forward to seeing them head out and try. I should be able to literally watch them pull out of the paddock and then run to my seat and watch the start. Fingers crossed.
Nice.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, good spot for it. It's a weird spot, so obviously no pit stops. No pretty much trackside help. I imagine all the crews will stay in the bunkers. I'd imagine not actually be anywhere near the pit lane. And then if there's any emergencies, just go to your nearest marshal post.
I thought you said nearest BP or something.
Yeah, go to your nearest on the run.
Nearest servo.
Yeah.
But in terms of wet running, if it transitions, I think they red flag the race and then do it instead of having teams come in. I think based off last year, I think that was the. No, well, that's what I mean. So I reckon that's the plan. If it does rain midway, they do red flag it, which is fine. There's not much choice they have for this weekend anyway.
True.
But I'm excited. I liked the format last year. I think it was really cool to have those sprint races. We were worried last year, but I'm actually excited to see how the new tyre does around here as well. Obviously, Sydney was impressive, and it was a long time coming. So I'm excited to see how Albert Park does. Maybe we can see a bit more racing happening, which we all love to see.
Last year was fair share of entertainment. Let's see if we can top it this year.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Sydney, really excited me. Because obviously Sydney's been boring the last couple of years, and suddenly it's come to life with the new tyres. So if last year's Melbourne was exciting, what is this weekend going to provide for us? I'm really excited. But why don't we... do you have the schedule up, or should I whip it up?
No, I'm recording, so you whip it up.
I'll whip it up. I'll whip up the schedule. So this weekend, not only do we have supercars, we've also got Porsche Carrera Cup, Formula 2 and Formula 3 as support categories for Formula 1 this weekend. Now, this is in Adelaide time, so you're just going to have to convert it in your own time. No offense. So practice 1 is at around 11 local time, and then practice 2 is at 1:30. And then we've got qualifying at 3:30, around there.
It's a really late race.
It is, with a 3:50 start for that's another qualifying as well. So they got 2 qualifying sessions on Thursday. One for the first race, one for the second race for Friday. And then late race on Thursday at 5:50 for race 4 of the championship. Friday is a much calmer day for them, with only one session, which is the race at 2:50 p.m. Both 19 laps, by the way. Saturday, it's also just one. Oh no, they've got 2 qualifying sessions, one at 9 and one at 9:30. Back-to-back qualies again, and then we've got race number 3 for the weekend at 5:40. And then Sunday, we've got one race at 10:20. So, and that's a shorter race. So all first 3 races are 19 laps. This one's a 14-lap race. So, yeah, not much difference in strategy or anything. It's just a shorter race.
Yeah, I haven't picked the most entertaining day, have I, to go? But that's all right.
Well, you got Formula 1, so...
Yeah, true. We're actually talking about the schedule and stuff. I don't know if you've got it up there with the other categories. Do you have it up there, or just the supercars?
No, I've got it up.
I think the Porsche race starts at 7 o'clock here. Is that
on Friday?
Yeah.
About 6:30. So yeah, about that.
Is that your time or my time?
My time is 5:55. So.
Oh, I did the thing again. I'm sorry.
What'd you do?
I did a thumbs up.
You got a habit of doing that.
I do.
Actually, in fairness, you didn't do it last time. I did it.
Yeah, weird.
Accidentally.
But so yeah.
No. But really? Saturday's race is at 6:15 Adelaide time.
That's 6:45 here.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's a late race.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that for supercars or Porsches?
That's Porsches. But actually, Porsche 29 car grid. That's exciting.
That's insane.
That's really, really cool. I'm really happy to see that. We might see some 4-wide action.
Yeah, pretty sure Harry Jones swept the last round at Sydney. And 29 cars. If I could hear one this morning doing some hot laps from my apartment, and I'm about probably 5 k's away, maybe a bit less. I could hear one car.
You got to film from your apartment tomorrow.
Tomorrow I got to film
Like,
the noise.
You'll hear some
it.
things.
Big bang there. I'll hear it definitely. So I'm looking forward to listening to that and watching on TV. So it should be entertaining. The whole weekend is going to be great. Obviously, if you're heading down trackside, we've got F1, F2, F3, supercars and Porsche. I think personally, it's just the best possible lineup of racing.
Definitely. And let's quickly, before we move from supercars and move to Formula One, who it will be your pick for the weekend? Who is the one to beat? Do you reckon Cam Waters can continue the momentum from Sydney and carry it on? He hasn't been particularly strong around here yet. Last year he was up there, but he was also inside Matt Payne at the same time. So
literally,
yeah,
well, he did open up his door and slam it. Look, we said this about Sydney too. We said that Sydney wasn't a good track for Cam Waters and Tickford. Well, they proved us wrong. And won all of them. But this weekend, I don't know. It's been a very Triple Eight dominant track over the last couple of years. Very dominant. Obviously, we saw Nick Percat pull one out of the hat last year. That was thanks to a bit of luck, let's just say. But it worked in his favour. No complaints. He was the first non-Red Bull driver to win last year. There's Chaz Mostert still, who's come back from. Can I just give a shout out to Chaz?
Oh, yes, definitely.
If you didn't catch Race of Champions over the last weekend, which was pretty much the only motorsport that was on, I want to give a shout out to Chaz. He came runner-up in the Race of Champions. He beat Bottas. He beat Will Brown in the semis. It was either way going to be an Aussie in the final. It was either him or Will Brown. And he beat Sebastian Vettel. And he beat Kurt Busch from NASCAR. The only person he didn't beat was Sebastian Loeb. Which, by the way, I know this is completely off topic, but I have some beef with that. They have 3 heats, right? Best out of 3, and the first 2 were in the rally cars.
Yeah, right.
Well,
that's a disadvantage.
It's a massive disadvantage. The guys won World Rally Championships. Put them in the BRZs or the 86s, even
they should have put him in a supercar.
Yeah, well, I don't think they would have made the corners, but there were 86s there that. Well, by the way, Will Brown was incredible in. He smashed Mick Schumacher in that because. Don't forget, Will Brown won the 86 title a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he was pretty handy behind the wheel in that thing.
Yeah, so that's my pick.
Which was also previously Brock Feeney's car.
There you go.
This is the other way around.
No,
I'm pretty sure it was Feeney's car, and then Brown got it.
But Brown's older.
I don't know.
May have been the way around. Anyway, whatever. Shout out to Chaz. You impressed the whole world. And by the way, he wasn't even listed in the Race Champions. He was literally a last-minute call-up like the Monday before.
Yeah, he wasn't even meant to be there.
He wasn't even meant to be there, and he came second.
I love that.
So yeah, shout out to Chaz. He was my favourite driver in supercars. Now he's even more because that was just so unbelievably impressive. He'd never even done a jump in a car before, and the first day he was just flying over the rallycross cars. So yeah, shout out to him. He's obviously a threat for the weekend. You got Matt Payne, who almost clinched a victory last year before he got into wars with Cam. Yeah. There's other people. Randall could be stepping up this year. You got a podium in Sydney. There's anyone can win. But with these new tyres, who knows?
I would love to see Randall get a win. I really want to see him get a win.
Yeah, especially
he's got never so closer, but he never really got there. Maybe he might get it this weekend. I don't know, but it is a Chevy track. But like you said, Tickford surprised us. They'll probably surprise us again this weekend. Because they're definitely on a high, and they definitely started this year like they should have started last year. If they keep the momentum up, it could well and truly be their year. So I'm very excited to see who takes it. I don't really know exactly who, to be honest with you. So I'm just excited.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome week, not only for supercars, but F1's back. Should we just
let's quickly dive
into that? Yeah, we're too excited.
I'm so pumped for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be wicked.
6 rookies.
Six
6 rookies, which is insane.
It's good though.
And
It's
and
good.
yeah,
It's good.
it's awesome. I love it.
I don't know. I was chatting to. I think it was maybe you or one of the guys at work. But I'm like, this year, besides maybe the Sauber lineup, which I still don't understand, I don't really think there's a really bad lineup of drivers. Like, they're all different. There's no like, oh, this guy needs to get out of Formula One. Like, there was like 5 of them last year that we wanted to get rid of.
Yeah.
Obviously, rookies are rookies. We don't know how good they're going to be. But,
Mm.
you know, there's no like, I hate this guy. He needs to get out of here kind of deal this year anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm quite content.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe other than that, even he's not too bad. He has his moment.
You blanked out for a sec. Well, not blanked out, but dropped out for a sec.
It's because I mentioned Ocon.
Oh, Ocon, was it? Yeah, that
10 second penalty. 10 second
yeah,
penalty. That's what I got.
Ocon, and then, look, I've been watching Drive to Survive, and I know you haven't watched all of it yet, but there's just a little tiny spoiler, which was the whole Williams Science debacle, and how Sauber bosses were saying, oh, yeah, we need to look to the future, because we're with Audi, we should be up there in 2026. And then they signed the oldest driver on the field besides Alonso. Like, I just don't quite understand that, especially. Did they sign him for more than 1 year or just the one? I'm pretty sure it was multi.
Mate, I think it's multi-year. I think both of them have multi-year deals.
It's just, yeah. Besides
it does make sense in a way because they've got an experienced driver to lead them with the project.
Yeah, but I think there's other options. Anyway, that's just me.
Yeah, but we'll see how the year progresses. I'm not expecting much from that team this year, given last year. So I feel bad for Gabriel. Formula 2 world champion, and he's going to be at the back of the grid, but see what happens. Jack Doohan, hopefully he has a good weekend. He'll probably need one this weekend to keep his seat because what's his name is an absolute arsehat. The guy who what's his name? The guy that was from Benetton.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, dickhead.
Flavio.
I have no respect for him.
No. He's in Drive to Survive, and I'm like, get off my screen.
yeah, he's an arsehole. So he technically, realistically, he's from a legal standpoint, he shouldn't be in Formula 1.
They mention that. What's Drive to Survive? They mention it.
Exactly.
So yeah, look, who knows what's gonna happen? Then we still got Ollie Behrman, another rookie, and then Isaac Hajar, which I don't know too much about, but he almost won the F2 title.
Runners up F2, Red Bull driver. But I'm actually excited to see how he does. See how he does with Yuki.
I'm really excited to hear the team radio from that team of RB Cash App Racing Bulls, whatever you call it. Their team rated. They're surely the first team that's going to get a fine. Has to be. They got Yuki Tsunoda and Isaac. Have you heard Isaac Hadjar's team radio in F2?
He gets quite.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's so funny.
It's going to be funny.
It's so funny.
Did you? I saw a thing pop up the other day. A clip of Charles Leclerc receiving other people's radios during the race.
Oh, okay.
And so he's like. He hears Hamilton saying, "This is all for the kids in the world out there." And he's like, "Why can I hear Hamilton? This is going to be him this year in Ferrari."
Oh, right.
I just wanted to point that out. Liam Lawson, we also got to remember he's technically a rookie as well. He's yet to complete a full season, even though he debuted in 23. So I'm excited to see how he does against Max.
Technically, there's only 3 rookies.
Technically, yeah.
Technically, there's only 3.
If we go back to the debate that had in preseason testing, Karun Chandok, once he comes back to Formula 1, he is a rookie. Based off the Sky Sports logic of the season rookie. But yeah, technically Liam Lawson's rookie. But the one rookie I'm excited for is Kimi Antonelli.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see how the young kid does in Mercedes.
Some
he's got a bright
big
future.
shoes to fill.
Massive shoes.
Yeah.
But what I wish I had that opportunity as an 18-year-old. Being a Formula 1 driver, it's crazy.
Let's just look, for his sake. I just hope he stays out of trouble, doesn't put himself into trouble, because the one thing that was kind of introduced on Drive to Survive was that as soon as he gets in the car, it's straight away. He's on the edge immediately.
He's in it, yeah.
Yeah, immediately.
Yeah, well, we saw that. We
Well,
saw that in Monza.
yeah.
He was
Didn't quite go.
setting purple sectors and unfortunately lost control at the final corner. So I'm excited to see how he does. He's got great potential from what I've seen so far. So I don't think there will be a problem with him this year. If the car's decent enough, which has been sort of a hit and miss during this era. If the car's good, then no doubt he should be in the 10 all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely. But we already said our thoughts on Ferrari. Do you reckon Red Bull might be in it this year? Because Ralf Schumacher stated that Red Bull have no chance to win this year, the title.
Well,
and based off what we saw last year.
Look, at a pre-season testing, obviously we won't find out until Saturday, mainly. But from pre-season testing, there's been a few stories to come out of it. There's Williams that could be a top 4 team. McLaren
I forgot about them.
Potentially still 1. Ferrari could be number 1. And potentially, they're saying rumours that Red Bull didn't even bring an upgraded car to that event. And they're just going to bring their 2025 car this weekend. So they could be toying with the whole field. And we have no idea about it.
And not to mention, Checo is no longer there to hold them up. So, depends on how Liam goes. They should be getting more consistent, more points consistently. That's what lost them the championship last year, was the fact that, they had some up and downs with the car, but the main thing is that Max didn't have a teammate to follow him through.
True.
To hold them up there. But in saying that, though, no doubt, McLaren, they did really well on their own merit last year, and I'm excited to see how they go this year.
Yeah.
I'm a McLaren fan through and through. I'm excited to see Oscar Piastri has extended his relationship with them up until 2028. So it's really great to see.
Just this morning, you announced that.
Yep. So I'm very excited to see how they go this weekend and this year.
Look, the whole city of Melbourne is hoping that he's on the podium, one way or another this weekend.
Yeah,
I think
it can happen.
Look, watching the last couple of years and seeing McLaren being really good, but not at the start. If they can start well, see you later. See what happens. Because don't forget, despite all the dominance from Ferrari and McLaren at the end of last year, Red Bull still won 7 out of the first 9 races. So, when I say Red Bull, Max. Yeah. So, look, who knows? And with this rumour with Red Bull not bringing their 2025 car to the test, we're going to have no clue until Saturday afternoon.
It'll be interesting because even their car might not even be good. We're not even guaranteed. See, Adrian Newey worked on it, but obviously he's now at Aston Martin. But this year's cars won't matter in terms of any of that. No,
I don't know why, but do you agree with me? Everyone who keeps doing constructor standing previews, predictions, they're all putting Aston Martin 4th or 5th. I don't see it at all. At all.
The thing is, right, they have been known as a Mercedes 2.0, right?
Yeah, only because that one year they rocked up with
the but they've also got the Mercedes rear end.
Yeah.
I believe. But Adrian Newey is not going to be the sole person to save that team.
Not now.
There's so many other factors. But
he might.
You can't engineer Lance Stroll to become a world champion.
I was going to say, is that what you're talking about? Just the...
Pretty much. There's multiple factors. The team itself, the driver lineup.
I think they're in trouble over the next couple of years. And what I mean by that is they're going to have they're going to have a Perez, basically. They're going to have the tools to win, but not win.
Well, aren't they teaming up with Honda?
Yeah.
Or making it so Yuki could end up there. That'd be better than Lance Stroll.
Yeah, but are they going to get rid of Stroll?
That's what I mean.
His bloody dad owns the team.
they're probably
That's what
never
I'm
going to get rid of
saying.
him.
It's never going to work if this guy is still driving for them. And unless
Yeah,
Daddy
that's the
fucking
reason
kicks
the
him
team
out,
exists.
unless, Dad kicks him out,
That's not happening.
I just don't see it. I don't see them being successful at all. Not only this year, but for a while.
Yeah.
For a very long while.
And as much as I'd love to see Alonso up there, you'd probably never see it, unfortunately. But hey, never say never. They could just whip out and be P1. Who knows?
Who knows? But
Probably not.
yeah, anyway, that's my beef. But also Alpine looked pretty decent at the test.
Yeah, they looked alright.
They're not too
Yeah,
bad. They'll be at the bottom end of the top 10, I think. So that's what I'm saying. I think Alpine could beat them and Williams could beat Aston Martin. Both of them.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm very, very, very excited to see Sainz in the Williams. As much as it is a bit shit that he's gone from Ferrari to Williams, I still think he's probably more motivated than ever.
He looks happier.
He looks more relaxed.
To be
You know
honest.
what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Nick Burkett.
Yeah, I was
Nick
thinking the
Burkett.
same, yeah.
I'm raised from this top team, all the freaking glitz and glamour, and then I go to this small team, middle of nowhere, and then I win a race.
Win 2 races.
Win two races.
So, yeah, he won one again later on in the year. So, yeah, Sainz could win. He did win here last year.
He likes Adelaide.
In
Yeah,
the Ferrari.
He likes Australia.
After coming back from surgery. So,
what a
I
crazy
reckon,
monkey.
that car... I'm not expecting a win or a podium, but be a top 5 team.
I hope
Definitely.
they are. I really hope they're pushing for points every race, even top 5s, maybe even podiums once in a while.
Yeah. And because it's such a historic team.
Yeah,
And
it'll
like
just be
McLaren,
cool
if you-
seeing them get excited.
Yeah, well, if you see McLaren, for example, they were close to bankruptcy, and before Zach Brown took over, and now they're world champions. This could be Williams' turning point.
Yeah, who knows?
Wrap it up.
Well, we
unless there's
lost
anything
you there
want-
for a second. You were completely
died?
frozen.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, good.
All I heard was "whap it up." I didn't hear the rest of the word. But yeah,
That's exactly how it sounded.
Sure, there you go. But yeah, this weekend, super exciting. And we're not going to mention this podcast, but this weekend, MotoGP is also still on, round 2 in Argentina, which Ivan will cover that portion of LTM next week. He'll be back as well, which is good. Big show next week. Really, that could go on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, generally.
Yeah.
It could be
well, that's how long it took to get this recording to work.
True, yeah. Well, hopefully it could go for 3 hours all up. But,
Hopefully.
yeah. We'll see how we go. But yeah, really exciting weekend. Also, footy's back if you're into footy. It's all happening this weekend. It's all happening.
It's all happening. We're back to not doing nothing.
Back to
Back to doing stuff.
Yes.
You know what I mean. I'm sick, bro.
September, October.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all from us. Thanks for listening or watching. Hopefully this has worked out when we watch this back, if we can. Follow our social media. All our links and whatnot will be in the description below.
Yep.
Or in the show notes if you're on Spotify. Yeah, if you see Alex Trackside Friday, don't hesitate to say hi to him.
I'll be waiting for Friday.
Expect some content from us. Alex,
Yeah,
you'll
I'll
be
be there.
responsible for doing some stuff like that.
No worries.
So that'll be really cool to check out. And yeah, have a great weekend if you're going to the track. Safe travels and whatnot if you're flying over. Hope everyone from Queensland is all safe from all what's going on there. We're all thinking of you. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next week for the next episode. Bye for now.